Hi my friends, welcome to art. Today we're going to do a portrait in the style of Vincent van Gogh. Let's do it. Here's a self-portrait I did, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So for this project today, you're going to need a paper, something to color with, and a mirror or a picture of yourself, or somebody in your family could sit really still and you could draw them as long as it's a person. So I'm going to start by turning my paper so it's up and down, vertical, the portrait way. And I'm just going to look at, if you're looking in a mirror, look at the shapes you see, but I'm looking at a photo, so I'm just going to look at the shapes and the lines, which way the lines go, how big or small things are. And I'm going to pick a color to draw with. And Vincent van Gogh liked to outline things with blue, so that's what I'm doing here. And I've got a blue crayon. I drew my head, 2 lines down for the neck. My head's an oval. At the bottom of your neck, you can add a collar. Your eyes are halfway up your head. They're not at the top or the bottom. They're halfway. So a football shape for an eye, 2 eyes, so 2 football shapes. My nose looks like a backwards L, so I'll just draw that. My mouth, when I draw mouths, I do 1 big line and then 1 little line under it. I just like the way that looks, like a bottom lip. I'm doing 2 circles inside the football shapes for my eyes. It's going to look creepy until you add an eyelid, so the little eyelid there. And then just look at the rest of the shapes you see. Everybody's eyebrows are different. You can draw hair, ears, draw the rest of your shirt, your shoulders, little details if you want. You just want to draw a picture of you using lines and shapes. So next I'm going to color my hair. My hair is dark brown, so I'm going to use black and brown and use those 2 and color on top of each other. So hair can be kind of tricky, so I like to use 2 colors when I do this. If you have red hair, you could use orange and brown on top of each other. If you have blonde hair, you could do yellow and brown on top of each other. So you just want to pick lines and shapes that look like you and colors that look like you too. And I'm going to skip ahead here. I did the same thing for my beard because I have a beard now. My eyebrows, and I colored in my eyes. And now I'm going to pick 2 colors that kind of look like my skin, and I'm going to overlap those and color those on top of each other too. So everything that's skin I'm going to color in, and I just picked 2 different colors that kind of looked like my skin. I colored my face, my neck, my ears, and I'm going to do 2 colors on top of each other. I'm actually going to use those same colors to color the background too. So my skin and my background are going to be kind of the same. And my skin, I feel like it's kind of yellowish maybe, or it's got some yellow in it. Van Gogh really liked yellow, so that's why I used that color. I can't really see the blue very well. It's kind of light blue, so I'm going over it with a darker blue right now. That's just what I'm doing. Van Gogh really liked outlining things, so he put a nice dark outline around everything. And now I'm using that same blue to color in my shirt. And I just went through and did a little bit more outlining. So my eyes and my hair and shirt and everything. So now we're going to do something that Van Gogh really liked to do, which is use dashes. And if you want to practice on the back of your paper, you can. A dash is just lots of little lines that go in a line. And if Van Gogh was coloring around a shape, he'd make his dashes go around the shape. But he wouldn't just do 1 row, he'd do lots of rows over and over, and it would just kind of go out over and over again. And that's how he would fill up the background of his pictures. So in the background of my self-portrait, I'm going to add lots of blue dashes. So just use a different color for your dashes than you did for your background. And just keep working your way all the way around. Once you get done with a row, you can start another row and another row. And if you notice, I'm changing the direction of my dashes. So they're not just going one direction, they change. They're kind of going around my head and my body, so they're kind of swirly. And I'm going to go right to the edges and fill up my whole picture. And once I do that, I can, everything's swirly and everything. I can go through and do the same thing for my clothes if I want. And I might put more outlines too. But just like when we change direction, we're going to do the same thing in our clothes. So if my shoulder's going one way, I'm going to put dashes around them. But once I get to the middle, I might start changing direction, going down this time. And I'm just going to keep going just like I did with the background and fill up my shirt. You could do this with your hair too, even your skin, but you want to be careful with your skin because it'll look really crazy. But your clothes and the background are definitely a good place to add dashes. And there we go. I hope you had fun with this project today. Please email me a picture of your artwork and if you have any questions, and I'll see you next week. Bye.